off and launched. As you know, I am Vanessa. Bonnie's working very closely with the team as well, along with Steve Thomas. Also, we have on the line today Julia, who is going to be one of your account managers from our team, and Joe as well, who is our pay-per-click manager. Just to kind of set the premise for this call, I'm going to be going over just making sure everyone's on the same page as far as the package expectations. And then I'm going to be giving everything over to Julia, and she's going to be making sure that you are all set up for success for once you get your marketing collateral, can start building your online reputation, we get your pay-per-click campaigns live, and we'll kind of take it from there. So just to kind of remind all of the owners that are on the phone today that you are, since you are part of the PA pilot group, you are getting a discounted proprietary rate for the solutions that you have bought into. So just keep that in mind if you are in conversation with other Green Home Solutions owners. They're not receiving the same discount that you are. So please don't discuss this with anyone that's outside of the members of the Pennsylvania pilot group. We'd really appreciate it. As far as live dates, everyone should have received an email as of yesterday from our local booster team or Taylor outlining that your pages have been set up, so your Facebook or Google pages. Also, too, that your marketing collateral has been ordered. All of that marketing collateral, so those are the reputation builder cards, should be arriving early next week, so just be on the lookout for that package. And then as far as all the pay-per-click ad campaigns, those are also set to go live early next week as well. And some of you should be starting to get test emails from Jamie Shelton from our team, making sure that when we set up the ads to go live and we set up the form, that you're getting the leads where you should be. So just be on the lookout for that, and please respond back to her so that she is notified that you are in fact receiving those test leads. Another thing I just wanted to make sure everyone was aware of as far as expectation and timeline, just as a reminder, we do have kind of a 90-day minimum ramp-up period. Once all of your social and directory pages are set up, your pay-per-click ads are live, please be advised that results are not always instantaneous. Sometimes there is, a ramp-up period before pages and presence start to be indexed out on a Google search. Also, too, through the process in setting up the pay-per-click advertising campaigns, we do have an offer reporting, to make sure that your ads are performing properly, and that's something that Joe and his team are taking a look at on a daily basis. We're going to do everything in our ability to make sure that you're going to be receiving as much return on investment as possible, and we are going to be tracking the success and results ongoing. So just be aware of that, but not everything happens instantaneous overnight. As far as the monthly reoccurring value calls, so today is a series of calls that we're going to be conducting with you guys on a monthly basis. This is your kickoff call to get you going. From here on out, you're going to be working with the account managers, Julia, who's on the line today, and then also Danielle from our team. So if you do have any questions, you're welcome to reach out with them directly. And we are going to be offering a monthly value call that is going to be conducted on the first Thursday of every month at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. That call will also be recorded on a monthly basis in case you're not able to attend it live, and you can, always access that and listen in at your own time over the weekend or whenever you have a few minutes. So just be aware of that, but we do recommend if you can hop on the call live, it is top priority to make sure you're, receiving as much success as possible with the program. Also, too, I did want to kind of mention, please also utilize Bonnie. She is a great resource at Green Home Solutions Corporate. She is also more than willing to work with you directly one-on-one if you need it as a local owner. So definitely leverage her marketing expertise for the brand. Before I give it over to Julia, Bonnie, is there anything that you wanted me to cover or add?
No, but just because I heard maybe two more people pop on, and I know one was James, and I don't know if maybe Tara was the other.
Yes,
at any rate,
me here.
Awesome, welcome. Just wanted to reiterate something that Vanessa just mentioned, is that because you guys are getting a discounted rate, because we're doing this as a pilot program, we just want to make sure that you're kind of keeping that within the group, because all the other franchisees, they have a little bit higher rate than you guys do. So if you want to just kind of keep that under wraps so that we don't have any kind of mutiny on the bounty or anything like that. So I just want to reiterate that. And with that, I'll let Vanessa take back over there.
Okay, I have nothing else to add so far. I'm going to go ahead and give it over to Julia. And if you guys have any questions throughout the call, if you don't mind jotting those down, and then we can do kind of an FAQ section at the end.
Alrighty, well, thanks so much to both Bonnie and Vanessa for kicking things off on the right foot. My focus here and what we're going to talk about and really focus on and zoom in on today is really focusing on online reputation. I want to talk a little bit about why online reputation is so important to each of you, why you recognize the necessity of being proactive and starting to take control of your online reputation. So as most of you probably have already heard, online reputation can impact your business in a lot of different ways, which we are going to talk a little bit about during our call today. But most importantly, online reputation can impact your bottom line, either positively or negatively. And we want to make sure that it's a positive thing for each of you and your businesses. To start us off today, I do want to go over a quick agenda just to outline what to expect during our call. Normally, I do like to go over a little bit of discovery. I know that all of you are kind of at different stages in the franchise business. So some of you are first-time business owners. Some of you are just starting out. Some of you might have a few people helping you out with your business. So we want to make sure that we're tailoring this call to you as best we can. So just know when we're talking about tips and tricks, if you do have people helping you out and you would like them to hop on this call, you can either share this recorded video with them, or we could set aside the time to speak to your employees as well, just to make sure that they're totally on board. We also want to address the basics. We want to talk a little bit about why online reputation is so important to your business and how it's changed from what it used to be 25 years ago. We're going to talk a little bit about why it's such a big deal to you, how it can impact your business either positively or negatively, and just why it really matters and how to start taking control of it. We're going to also go over some of the best practices. So like Vanessa mentioned, you all should be receiving marketing collateral. You should have received an email from our production team or my colleague Taylor giving you kind of an estimated timeline of when your collateral should be arriving, and all of you will be receiving that collateral shortly, I'm sure. So we just want to make sure that we're going over some of the best practices for how to actually use that collateral when it arrives to you, how to hand it out, and start asking and building that feedback online. As I mentioned before, we really do want to make sure that if you have staff members who are helping you out with your business, that they are set up for success. We really do stress the fact that if you have technicians who are helping you out during the sprays or mold jobs, if you have salespeople who are helping you out with customers, all of those employees are front-facing representations of your business, and we want them all set up for success. So we're going to go over a few training tips to make sure that that happens. Then finally, we're going to close off today with what you can expect moving forward and what's included with your services. So we're going to go over your 24/7 dashboard, some specialty webinars that you can all attend free of charge, and templates that you can expect after your call today. So to start us off, I did want to go back to those basics that I talked a little bit about earlier, and we are going to talk a little bit about customer feedback. Customer feedback can seem a little bit scary when attempting to start building out online reputation. One of the things I hear often is that you're worried to get a negative review, and that's normal. But we really want to focus on how to get positive feedback and how to use that feedback to get new customers. So we're going to talk a little bit about how it's used as a gift. It's a feedback mechanism that helps you rapidly change the way that you service customers, the products that you service customers with. And we also think that businesses that don't value customer feedback online can suffer from really costly negative word-of-mouth advertisement in an online manner. So we want to focus on how to kind of take control of it and use it to your advantage. To start us off, I also want to address the evolution of customer feedback. And one of the things that's really created a shift in this world is social media. Social media has really driven a shift in the world of customer feedback because, as many of you probably remember, 25 years ago, online review sites just didn't play that key of a role. Prior to 2000, customer feedback was really a word-of-mouth type thing. If you had a good experience with the business, you might tell friends and family members. If you had a not-so-good experience, it wouldn't be such a great thing, but you would only tell friends and family members, so it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Now, I did just receive some feedback from one of you that you couldn't hear me that well. So I'm not sure if my mic keeps cutting in and out, or might be better that I dial in using the phone.
I'm hearing you fine. I'm not sure who was it.
Hopefully this here is a little bit better. I just used my phone instead of my headset, so hopefully this is a little bit better result. But I also wanted to talk a little bit about how when we entered into a new millennium, we also entered into an age of technology. As we hit that Y2K year, some of you might remember it wasn't that long ago, we did enter this new world, this new age of technology, which led to a really exponential growth of web-based feedback for small businesses. Customers now had this new option to email or leave a web-based review for a business, so to go live as a testimonial online. As we progressed further through 2007, business owners decided to try and take control of this and implemented more online methods of feedback in order to start collecting positive reviews, which they could keep on their website or other social media sites. Now, as of 2008, we experienced another big shift. We entered into a mobile-focused world with the appearance of the smartphone devices. Now, I'm sure many of you are probably listening to this meeting on a smartphone device. You might have one sitting in your back pocket or sitting next to you on your table. It's that fun, very small, handy little device that we use every day for all of our different needs, where you can text people, look on the internet, check your email. I'm sure most of you are familiar. This smartphone device actually caused a really big shift for business owners. Customers now have the possibility of looking at customer reviews, testimonials, opening and closing hours, the business phone number, and other business information, all at the tips of our fingers. All it takes is just pulling out that smartphone from your back pocket, looking up a business, and you have all you need to know. So now, unfortunately, gone are those days where one customer experience can only be shared at word-of-mouth reference. The internet, social media, and the smartphone device have really caused a shift so that now one experience can be shared in seconds online and can impact potential clients who just do a quick search for your services. So what we really want to make sure we're doing is helping you out so that when someone does do a search for your services, not only are you getting found online, but you look awesome and you have only good things said about you. Now that we've talked a little bit about how customer reviews and customer feedback has changed, we also want to talk about the importance of online reviews. As local business owners, you've probably realized that when clients are finding you guys, they are doing some research online, and this is something that's reflected across the board. 85% of potential consumers are putting pretty considerable weight into online reviews when making a purchase or using services. So we want to make sure that we're taking control of your online reputation so that when they're finding you, it looks great. Now, one thing we really do want to kind of stress the fact is that 2/3 of people are more likely to buy from a business if they find positive commentary about you online. This is pretty common sense. People like to know that they're getting a good deal. They like to know that they're putting money into a valuable investment. So when they're doing their research, if they find positive commentary about you, it makes you a little bit stand out against your competition. Half of people are less likely to buy if there are negative comments. So this is also pretty much common sense. If you have two websites and one of them has all negative feedback, one of them has all positive feedback, you're obviously going to go with the business that has more positive feedback. So it's not hard to understand here. We just want to make sure that we have positive feedback for you guys online. It has been found that a 1-star overall increase in a Yelp rating can lead to a 5 to 9% increase in revenue over the course of 1 year. So it is important that these positive reviews and boosting online reputation can actually end up boosting bottom line. That's, again, why we really do want to make sure that we're collecting positive feedback from your happy customers and making sure that it does get onto the internet. One of the things that is included with your services is negative review responses. So for those of you who have been a little bit nervous about those 1 or 2 customers who might not have been so happy over the past few years, if you do receive a negative review, that's something that we're going to help you out with. Our team will actually be notified of a negative review if it's received. And if you do receive a negative review, we will reach out and let you know. One of our team members will send you a quick email or give you a call and say, hey there, it looks like we got something that might need some attention. When we're notifying you of negative feedback, we'll actually also send over a crafted response. Our team will work and write a response to that negative review so that it can be posted on your behalf. We don't post anything without your permission, so we will wait before you tell us and give us the okay before posting it. Occasionally, there are some strange situations that happen where it's an ex-employee will write that review. Maybe it's a neighboring business or competition who is blasting you online in order to bring your page down a little bit. Whatever the situation may be, we will check with you and make sure that we have your approval before posting it, and we can make edits to that response based on the feedback you give us. Now, when attempting to start building out negative feedback and when starting to ask for online reviews, we do have a few quick do's and don'ts, things we really do want to stress when starting to build out online reputation. The first thing that we do really want to do is recognize employees who participate. So I know a few of you might have a few people helping your business out. For those of you who do have employees, we do want to stress the fact that they should be recognized and rewarded for participating in this program. They are going to be helping you build online reputation for your business. So we want to make sure that if they're working with you to get that online feedback, that they are recognized and given a little shout out for helping you and participating. This can mean setting goals as a team, and once you achieve those goals, rewarding them for achieving them, or it can just mean giving them a quick shout out if they get named in a review. We also really want to talk about the impact online reviews and how they can impact your business both positively and negatively. So if you have those employees who are helping you out, just give them a quick chat about how important this is to you and how you've made it your goal for the next year. We really also want to talk about negative feedback as it occurs. We don't want to ignore it or shove it under the rug. One thing we really do want to stress is that if you get a negative review, it's not the end of the world. We can help you respond to it, make sure it does get responded to, and that it's not just sitting there idle on your review site. We also want to talk about negative reviews because we want to use them as a feedback mechanism. We don't want to ignore them and say, oh, never mind, just shove that under the rug and ignore it. We really want to acknowledge it and work to make sure that it gets taken care of and avoided again in the future. So if you do get a negative review, we just want to make sure that that channel of dialogue and communication is open and that it's addressed appropriately. We also want to ask clients for feedback who were satisfied with your products and services. So even if this was a customer from a few years back, we don't want to leave that one sitting in the dust. There's no time limit or expiration date on a positive review. We really want to reach back out to those happy customers, especially if you have a few repeat clients or customers who have referred others to you. It's always a good idea to reach out. We just want to make sure that we're asking them for that feedback because those are the clients that we can trust and count on to write a great review online. Now, we also want to go over some quick don'ts, and these are pretty common sense. So if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask, but I think they'll be pretty straightforward. The first thing we want to avoid is incentivizing or bribing customers to leave a review online. This can be pretty tempting. It might seem a little easy to write a review or tell your customers to write reviews for you and bribe them to do so, but it's actually directly against the rules of these review sites. Sites like Yelp, for example, directly put in their review testimonial section, if you've been bribed to write this review, please don't write it. It's actually against the guidelines provided to us, and we just want to make sure that these reviews are honest and in the best spirit. So by bribing your customers, you are kind of cheating the system a little bit, so we want to avoid that from happening. Along the same line of thinking, we don't want to write fake reviews or use fake profiles. Again, it can be really tempting to do this in order to boost your online rating, but we really strongly recommend don't do it. One of the big reasons why we do not recommend writing fake reviews or using fake profiles is that we have seen in the past businesses who have tried to do this, and their pages have actually gotten taken down. So review sites will actually take note of fake reviews or fake profiles being used, and they will not only delete your reviews, but they can even blacklist your page from their system. This would be so horrible, especially if you've been working really hard to get honest reviews on there as well. You would lose all the reviews in one fell swoop, so we really don't recommend doing this. It's always best, honesty is the best policy in this case, to just try and get honest reviews. Now, we also don't want to ask customers directly to write good reviews online. We don't want to force their hand. We want to just make sure that we're keeping it professional and asking them professionally to write feedback on your review sites, and just avoid forcing them to write that positive feedback for you. Finally, we do not want to threaten clients who write negative feedback. I know we've all just met. You all seem like very nice people. Vanessa's told me great things. Bonnie seems great. I know it also can seem tempting if your business is close to your heart, you're very passionate about it, but we don't recommend threatening clients who write negative feedback for a number of reasons. The first is that it can scare potential customers away. Also, we help you respond to this feedback on your behalf. There's no need to threaten clients who write you negative reviews. It's probably just best if you avoid that practice right there. Now, finally, we do not recommend that you ignore negative reviews. As I've mentioned prior to this, we do help you respond to the feedback if it is received. We just really recommend to acknowledge it appropriately, politely, and professionally, and just avoid ignoring that feedback as it happens. Any questions so far? Please let me know if you have questions. I know some of you have chatted during the call, so if you have any questions, please feel free to chat or just save them for the end, and we'll do a little Q&A section. Now, at this time, I did want to transition over into the best recommended practices for how to actually accumulate that feedback and start asking for reviews from your clients. Now, as I mentioned prior, you will be receiving some marketing collateral. For those of you who might have forgotten what that looks like, you're going to receive a box of cards. Those cards are located on the left-hand side of the screen. You will each have your own personalized URL on those cards, which will lead your clients over to your review website. When they head over there, they'll be able to choose which site they'd like to leave you a review on, make it really easy for them. They'll just go straight over to that review section and write you that wonderful glowing testimonial. Now, as far as the process for handing out those cards or a strategy for doing so, we actually have a recommended 3-part process. The first part of this process is teeing up that review right from the get-go with a new client. Next is handing out that review card face-to-face. And finally, a follow-up thank you communication. The first part of this process is to tell clients right when they sign on with you that at the end of the transaction, you will be asking them for some feedback. We just want to let clients know right from the get-go that you are a local business. You're always looking for feedback to help improve and grow your services, and that their experience would really help you out. So we just want to let them know right from the start that you are going to be asking them for feedback. Now, at this point in time, you don't need to let them know about that review card or your review site or even which sites you're looking for a review on. But just let them know, hey, we're a local business. We always like hearing from our customers to see how we did. We just like to check in and see how the experience went for you at the end of your transaction with us. Now, the next part of this process is handing out that card face-to-face. So at the end of their project, we would recommend that either you or your technician hand out a card to that customer. Obviously, at this point in time, we also kind of want to make sure that the client is happy. If you have an angry customer, it's probably not the best practice to hand them a card and ask them for an online review. But we do want to let them know that if you had a great experience, now would be a great time to hand out that card face-to-face. If you have a technician helping you out and they don't feel 100% comfortable handing it to the client themselves, you could also have them staple it to their receipt or their final invoice. However, if you're there in person as a local business owner, you can really leverage that relationship and tell your client, hey, I'm a local business person. This business means a lot to me, and your experience does too. If you would be willing to write me an online review, it could really help me grow my online presence, and it would mean a lot to me as a local business person. If you have a technician there instead of you helping you complete that project, have them tell the client that that review really matters to them so that they can recognize for their hard work or even improve their services. Again, it is important to kind of gauge how the customer has reacted to this whole process. If that customer is not happy, we probably want to avoid handing them a review. If the customer is thrilled, they're so excited, their backyard's going to be mosquito-free, we really do want to try and strike while the iron is hot, hand them that card, talk to them about the review program, and let them know how much it would mean to you. Now, the last part of this process is following up with a thank you communication. We do want to try and follow up with that customer because we understand, and I'm sure you can do too, that life gets a little bit busy sometimes. They probably have that card, they put it up on their fridge, they might have put it in their purse, take it with them in the car, but sometimes life gets a little bit hectic and things fall to the side. So this follow-up thank you communication does serve as a reminder to kind of write that review online. So whether the follow-up be a thank you card, a thank you email, or even just a quick phone call, we really do recommend sending out one more point of communication to your customer. We have a few different email templates that we're going to be sending over to you all today, which kind of provides an example about how to ask for that feedback by email. If you're sending out a thank you card, you can always personalize that card or note a little bit further by talking to them about their project, telling them you're looking forward to seeing them for their next spray, sending a small coffee gift card like a $5 Starbucks gift card or a chocolate bar or some other small sweet treat to encourage that customer to write a review without forcing their hand. That treat just provides a little incentive to them. It sweetens the deal, literally, for that customer to write you that online review. It also provides them a reminder to do so. They'll make their day. They'll have no problem going online and writing you that review. As I mentioned beforehand, we do have a few email templates that we're going to be sending over, which makes it a little bit easier for you. That email template also makes it easier for your customer. The website that we're going to be creating for you guys is mobile friendly, so your customer can open it up right on their smartphone device and write you the review from whatever location they're at. Now, I did see that we had a question. One of the people on the call said, what is the percentage of customers that you have seen that would actually leave a review? And the percentage is actually pretty high. Most of your customers are probably pretty tech friendly. One example that I like to say is that anybody who has a Gmail email account is actually already set up and ready to leave you a Google Plus review. As long as they're logged into their Gmail account, they're able to write you that Google review, so that's probably a big chunk of your clients.
Another big chunk is on Facebook. Facebook is the most widely used social site. And a lot of your clients are probably on there already keeping in touch with friends and family members and posting pictures and keeping in touch with college roommates. So a lot of your customers are probably already on there and able to leave you a Facebook review as well. They probably like to browse Facebook during the workday. They're checking out their news feed, seeing what everyone else is up to, so they're probably able to also hop online and write you that online Facebook review. Now, as far as SEO value, the site that will increase your SEO value most quickly and most organically will be Google+. The reason why that is because Google+ loves Google. Google likes to use Google products, and Google+ is the social product of Google search engine. If you were to get a Google review, it would help boost your SEO value. One thing we do like to recommend is that once your Google+ page has received over 5 Google reviews, you'll actually get an average star rating on that page. That star rating will show up directly in a Google search next to your business information. It'll be accessible directly as a search result so that your customers will be able to read your Google reviews without even having to access your Google+ page. And that is after you receive 5 Google reviews. So that is kind of the first goal I would recommend that you strive for those of you who do not have any Google reviews. It's pretty easy. Just think of 5 happy customers that you've had since starting your business and just ask them to write you that Google+ review. Now again, for those of your customers who have Gmail email addresses, you can easily send them over to that Google+ site, and they'll be able to log into their Gmail account and write you a Google review. Now, for those of you who do have technicians or salespeople helping you out, like I said before, we really want to stress that your staff members, whether they're contract, full-time, or part-time, whatever they may be, they're all front-facing representations of your business. And we really do want to make sure that they're comfortable and able to ask clients for that feedback online. We do think it's important to walk your employees through the online review websites. I know in this day and age it's uncommon to come across somebody who doesn't know what Facebook is or doesn't know what Google is. But we just want to make sure that they're able to walk through those sites and able to answer questions fielded to them by customers. We also do recommend setting goals with your employees. For example, if you guys all reach a goal of 10 reviews at the end of the month, you'll celebrate by bringing in breakfast to work or pizza for lunch. We do want to kind of set those incentives or reward systems into place just to make sure that everyone's motivated and excited to hand out those cards and get that online feedback. Another example I like to give is that if one of your technicians or employees is rewarded by name in a review, then they'll get a special shout out, sticker, or prize at the end of the month to reward them for their hard work and for the great job they did with that customer. Now we also want to address your past clients. I'm sure many of you have had repeat customers, clients who might have referred others to you. We really want to take charge and take control of that great reputation you've built in your communities. So one way we do recommend to kind of get these services started off and kind of kickstart this program is to send out a little bit of an email blast to all of your past happy clients. I'm sure that each of you can probably think of at least one happy customer you've serviced over the past few months, one person that really stands out as having really enjoyed working with Green Home Solutions. So if you can each think of at least one client that has brought a smile to your day because they were so thankful, that's someone we really want to leverage and get online to write you that online feedback. One way that you can do so is send them a quick little email. Let them know that you have a new program in place. You've done a grand reopening of your different social sites. You've built out a new Google+ page. You've edited your Facebook page. And you would love it if they would hop online, take a look, and write you an online review about their experiences with Green Home Solutions. We do experience a lot of success with email blasts. These emails can contain a direct link to your review site that past or even current customers could use. So it's pretty easy for them. All they have to do is click on it and they'll go straight to the review section, which is what we want to see. As I mentioned before, we do have a few different email templates that we are going to send over to you today, and those can be used for past happy customers or even recent happy clients or current customers that you're servicing if you know that they're satisfied. As I also mentioned beforehand, if you have clients who have Gmail email addresses, those are customers who are able and capable of writing you that Google+ review. So you can always segment emails by type and send them to a spot specific to their email address. If you have clients who you think would be best leveraged on Facebook, you can send them straight to Facebook as well. Let them know the next time you see them, hey, I would love it if you could write us a Facebook review. It would mean a lot to my business if you could help us out and write us an online testimonial on that site. They can then head over to your Facebook page. They can follow you on there, write you a review, check out the great content that's going to get posted there twice a week, and they'll have a new Facebook follower from there on out. For the current customers that you're servicing, we don't want to ignore them either. We do want to make sure that if you have technicians or salespeople helping your business, that they're trained and capable to ask for reviews and they feel comfortable doing so. We also want to network your sphere of influence. So for those of you who are members of a BNI chapter or a local chamber of commerce group, we do want to try and leverage those business-to-business connections. You can offer a you scratch my back, I scratch your back type of mentality for those clients, or I'm sorry, those business relations that you might have. We just want to make sure that you're leveraging them. Tell them you have a new Facebook page or Google Plus page. You would appreciate having a new follower on there and you would follow them back. Same thing for reviews. If you have maybe a plumber that you're friends with in your community, they might send some clients your way. They could write you a review online and you could do the same thing for them. We just want to make sure that you're leveraging all of those local business-to-business connections. Can also help you out as far as SEO value to have those local connections online. That type of localized activity on your different social sites can get indexed and help you out in the long run. Now we also want to make sure that we're providing recognition programs for all of those employees or technicians, salespeople, whoever is helping you out with these online reviews. We want to make sure that they're incentivized and motivated to hand out those cards, so it does help to set goals and place motivations to make sure that they're excited to hand them out. Now for future integration of this program, so for all those future customers that you're going to be handing out those cards out to, we also want to make sure that you're showcasing this reputation program in your email signature and on your website. It does help to have your icons be the same across the board so that when clients find your business information, they can easily access all of your different social sites as well on your different web pages, your email signature, or your review website. Moving forward, you can also add this to your post-sales process, your post-project process, just to make sure that it becomes part of your day-to-day process that you're comfortable with, and it just becomes part of your day-to-day. So you're very intuitive to the program. Now, I do want to just make sure that from here on out, you'll know that we are a resource for you. So as Vanessa mentioned at the beginning of this call, moving forward, myself and my colleague Danielle will be your point of contact if you have a question. Like I said before, we will be following up after this call with an email. You'll have our contact information. But we are here to support you and assist you in your online reputation efforts. So moving forward, you should all be receiving a box of marketing collateral. That box of marketing cards is what we do recommend handing out to your customers during that three-part process that we talked about earlier. On those cards, there is that link which will take you over to your personalized review website, which has been customized to have all of those different links on there for your different social sites like Google, Facebook, Angie's List, Yelp, or Home Advisor. Now on those cards as well, there will be your information like your business name or your business location. And that site is mobile friendly, can be accessed from a phone, computer, or tablet device, so it can be accessed on the go. So for those of your clients who lead very busy lives, it's not an excuse for not leaving you feedback. They can access that site on the go to write you that review. Your package also includes email templates. As I mentioned before, we're going to be sending those over today. And you'll also be able to see those content posts that are going to be going out on your pages 2 times a week. Now moving forward, your 2 different social sites, which Taylor has been working to build out, we are monitoring your social presences and we'll work with you to respond to any negative feedback received on there. But our content team is also posting content twice a week on these social sites to help grow your online presence. Those cards in the website that have been built out for you also help encourage your customers to write you feedback online, but we want to make sure that you're handing those cards out. So every month we're going to have a value call to help track your progress to make sure your presences are in tip-top shape. Now, for those of you who are getting excited about your PPC campaigns, please know that you will be able to track progress of those campaigns within your Brand Connect dashboard. As you can see here on the right-hand side of the screen, there's a picture of what the campaign tracker will look like. You'll be able to see how it's doing, what keywords are working best, how many clicks you received. And it is up to date within 1 day, so you can track how the campaign did yesterday. But if you have questions, you can always let us know. As far as content on your different social sites, this is an example of content that was posted this past May. This is actually real content that went out. These are the real links that went out. We do take feedback from our clients. If you ever have a question or you'd like to see the entire corporate content calendar that has been approved by the corporate team in advance, you will be able to access the entire calendar for the month of posts in your personalized resource center. And that resource center is something we're also going to be sending over today if you don't have the link to it yet. It is built out for you. It's a 24/7 personalized resource center. It has more structure, more resources, and more activity if and when you need it. Because we understand that as local business people, you're probably very busy. So this resource center is here for you to kind of give you that peace of mind that we're working for you behind the scenes with content, reputation handling, and monitoring, as well as assisting you with reputation strategy. Now, I did notice that there had been one more question pushed through here about emailing or having to get Home Advisor on your cards or website. If you'd like to add Home Advisor on your website, it's very simple. We can definitely do that for you. Just send us the link to your different Home Advisor pages, and we could add those on there. It'll take a few minutes, but it'll get done within the hour. So if any of you would like to add Home Advisor, just let us know. We, at the right moment right now, we do not send emails on your behalf. So for those of you who would like us to send a list of emails out to your customers, it might be something we can do in the future, but as of right now, it's not an option. But we will let you know as soon as it becomes available.
And Julia, if I can just weigh in here for a second with regards to the emails. I had spoken with Bonnie, and Bonnie, if you want to weigh in here too, yesterday, SurveyMonkey I know is something that you've been utilizing for corporate, and if owners have, additional email blasts that they wish to send out, that's something that you can assist them with, correct?
Yes.
Is setting up a SurveyMonkey account? Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Yeah, we have a corporate one, but it's not really that feasible for getting all kinds of feedback and having a lot of logins. So unfortunately, we have it set up if you want to just, get a survey. For example, if you want to put something in Constant Contact or in Gorilla Desk, surveying somebody after you did a treatment at their property, you can send out a survey just to find out how you did and if they have any suggestions, but it's not really that feasible for the whole franchise. So if you want to set one up for yourself, you can do a free account. I can help you with that.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Sorry, Julia.
No, go right ahead. That's totally fine. The last thing I wanted to cover today is kind of the Reputation Builder launch calendar, so what to expect month by month. So this is our kickoff call today. We're getting your campaign set up. We've created your landing pages. We're getting you started with your Reputation Builder collateral and social posts on your Facebook and Google Plus pages. Now moving forward for month 2, our next call will be a value call. So we're going to go over your different review generation efforts if you've been handing out those cards and kind of reaching the goals that we've talked a little bit about today. We're also going to go over review management practices. So for those of you who have questions about the reviews you've received, maybe you'd like to learn some strategies for getting more reviews based on what you've seen after month 1. That's something we can address during our value call. We're also going to create an action plan. So we'll go over what goals you would like to see happen on your pages, and we can craft a plan to make sure that those goals happen. And if you'd like some additional strategies for great ideas to get those goals on your sites, we can go over what's best tailored to your businesses to make sure that that occurs. Today I'm also going to be sending over some email templates to you. This is something that we recommend starting to send out in month 2 to start building that feedback. So if you'd like further instruction on how to send them out, it's very straightforward. You can either copy and paste the text into a new email, or you can open up our already built out template to make it really straightforward. Month 2, you'll also be receiving social posts, but we can go over best practices for creating additional posts as well. So for those of you who are extra text friendly and you'd like some further guidance on how to post, when is the best time to post, what is the best time to post, we can go over that as well. We're also going to go over monthly reporting in month 2, so you'll receive your first update on how your pay-per-click campaign is doing and how things are going from our end, what we've made changes to make sure that it's going well. Now in month 3, this is that 90-day mark. We're going to continue to go over review generation efforts. So this is another check-in call to see how it's been going with your online reputation action plan, how you've been working to achieve those goals, and we can provide you with further strategy on how to make sure that those goals happen. Again, we are going to go over review management, so how to get more reviews online and how to reach out to your customers to get reviews on those different social sites. We will also be going over your monthly report, and at that point we will start doing individual progress calls to make sure that you guys are each reaching your individual goals. Now you notice that some people did have questions that they added into that chat box. One of them was that if you've already got everything created, how would you like to speed up the process? One thing I did want to mention is that every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern, we do have specialty social media seminars. They do focus on specific aspects of social media, like how to use Google Plus for your business or Facebook for your business. how to build out personalized content for your location. So if any of you would like to access those webinars, you will be able to do so from your personalized resource center, so something I'd addressed on the last slide. It's a 24/7 resource center. You'll be able to access it after our call today. We'll send over that link. So you're going to be able to access that as well. I also saw that someone had a chat about Process Peak was the only email they'd received regarding that this is a phone conference. You should have also all received an email from our production team confirming that your websites and your social presences are being created and that your marketing collateral is on its way to you. So I can check with them as well to make sure that that's occurring.
And
but
I
at this
see
time,
who it is too, Julia. Pam, I saw that was your question. Isaac, aren't you on the line as well? Because it might have gone to you too, with regards to everything that was sent out yesterday.
Yeah, and those were coming from someone named Taylor.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, she must not have been tagged, or she wasn't CC'd on them, so I sent them to her.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I've been texting her on my phone. She must not be getting my text.
Oops. All right, I just wanted to make sure that we had the correct contact information on file. Isaac, we had you down as the primary contact and Pamela as the secondary. But if we need everything with both of you copied, that's not a problem going forward.
Vanessa, did you want to add anything else as far as online reputation building, or should we transition over?
I did want to weigh in really quickly on the content piece. Just note, everyone on the call today, that Bonnie and Melissa are going to be publishing out content specific to, your local Pennsylvania territory, what's going on in your communities. So in addition to what you're seeing with here with the content calendar, the posts that are coming out twice a week from, Frank Connect and Process Peak that's approved by corporate, you're also going to be getting additional content pieces specific to Pennsylvania as well. That's all I have to add. Do you guys want to open it up for questions? If anyone does have any other further questions, you're welcome to either chat them in or you're welcome to unmute yourself.
I did see that someone had asked who to send the Home Advisor link to, and I can change those websites to reflect Home Advisor. So I'm adding in my email into the chat. So for all of you who do have Home Advisor and want to add those to your websites, just let me know and I'll make those changes.
I think the only one we didn't have Home Advisor for, just looking at the sales sheet information, is Lancaster. So James, if that was you who had asked that question, everyone else we do have a Home Advisor link for.
I'm just going to add my email to the chat so that everyone will have it as well. So just to make it a little bit easier. There we go.
All right, perfect. Any other questions or? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, Vanessa, this is Jonathan. Hey, do you have our link for Home Advisor? Do you need anything from us? Because I wasn't sure if I gave you that or not.
We do have that. You're good to go.
Okay, great. Because whenever Taylor sent me the proof, he didn't have our Home Advisor link on that.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. I can double check with that. I did.
What's your email?
Submit that information. Julia she would be the one you'd want to send it to going forward.
I just added it to the chat as well, so you should all be able to see my email in there.
I'll forward you the communication I received.
That's great, and I will take a look at that as soon as we're done with the call.
Thank you.
Get to the bottom of that for you. But I think
Bonnie, is there anything you wanted to add?
No, I can't think of anything. You guys did a great job covering everything.
Did anybody have questions pertaining to pay-per-click or our next call time? I could give you the exact date if any of you are interested.
If you could just send out a calendar invite, I think that would be the best for all of us. If you need
I will be sending out a calendar invite for our first call.
Pam, did you want me to send something out as well so that you know it's coming from us as well? Is that what you meant by the chat message?
Yes, please. If you can just make sure you guys carbon me on everything you send to Isaac, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you very much.
All right, everybody. Well, I think we're good to go. If anybody does have any questions, of course, you're always welcome to contact Julia or Danielle from our team, or me as well, Bonnie, Steve from corporate too. I know Melissa has been assisting kind of as the Pennsylvania rep as well. So I appreciate all of your time this afternoon. Thank you so much for hopping on again. This call was recorded, and I'll make sure to get it to Bonnie in case you do need access to it at a later date.
Excellent. Thank you, everybody, for getting on the call.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. Look forward to speaking next month.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Bye.